Welcome back to another edition. And before we get started, I'll have to remind you, kindly subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Yeah, it's uh, it's important. So now that we're done with that, let's get to the story of the week. I got two pieces. One is a short one, and one is relatively longer. The first piece is about a man who keeps bumping his head against the wall, and somebody asks him like, "Why do you do that? Why do you keep hitting your head against the wall?" And he says, "It feels good when I stop." And if you think about it, it's a good metaphor to how most of us lead our lives, that we look for those little breaks. It could be a weekend, it could be uh, anything, it could be a show on Netflix at the end of the day, or anything like those brief moments of uh, fursat, like they say in Urdu, where you feel alive, you feel good, and you kind of compensate for for the constant breaking your head over something. So I read this story somewhere, I think in Times of India, many years ago. But I remember it vividly. It's a good piece of story. Second story is about a woman who was brilliant at cooking. She was so good that even today the village remembers her for her Adige. Adige is cooking skills, like kitchen related stuff. And the the bit that interests me the most about her is the way she passed away. So when she died, the last thing she mentioned was there are six tomatoes and three of them are rotten. I've already started rotting or something she said, and I find that very interesting. That even when you're dying, when you're close to your death, you're thinking about the thing that makes you happy, and cooking made her happy because it kind of personified who she was. But more importantly, it brought her joy to feed people. And even in her last moments, she was thinking about her kitchen, and she was worried that three of the tomatoes or two of the tomatoes were already rotting. And when one of the members, family members, they went and checked, she was right. Like the tomatoes were about to rot or something, and maybe that is why this story is also interesting. So yeah, so there were two little stories. One very apocryphal, and the other very much based on true events. Third story could be movie reco. I recently watched this movie called Call of the Wind and Call of the Wild, and it's about dogs, particularly one dog actually. And I don't know whether it's based on true events or not, but it's about making a place in the world and then sticking to it. Because if you really think about it, each one of us is trying to find a place for ourselves in the world where we mean something, right? So it's a good metaphor through a dog. A dog also does the same thing in this story. So so yeah, these are the three very random stories that I picked up for you. Although the title of uh, this particular video was supposed to be story of the week. Now that we have more than one story, let's call it stories of the week. Yeah, that's how we roll with this channel. There is no proper script. There is no proper lighting. There are no edits. It's just one big flow. Uh, there is nothing to this channel. So it's kind of interesting that you and I are present here. at this moment, and maybe that makes the fourth story, you and me. And on that note, I hope you have a good day.